Ahoy, mateys! Welcome back to another episode of Books and Banter. I'm Captain Coral.
And I guess I'm the first mate, Jamie.
Well, Jamie, if you'd remembered your hat, we could have been co-captains. Anyway, so we're always looking at new trends coming out. And we like to see what kind of books are coming out soon. And we noticed a trend coming out this May and June, and it is books that take place on a boat. Why do they take place on a boat?
Why not?
Sure. Why not? We're not sure. So here are some fun selections across a bunch of genres that take place on a boat.
Okay, so my first choice is Total Dreamboat by Katelyn Doyle. Honestly, I chose this one just because I loved her first book, Just Some Stupid Love Story, which we covered on, I think, one of our very first episodes. So I was really excited to see that she's got another one coming out. This one's about a woman named Hope who just sounds like she's stuck in her life. Her relationship has ended, her creative ambitions have flatlined, and she just can't get back to herself, get back to normal. So her best friend invites her on a cruise, and despite not really feeling like a cruise person, she accepts. And then at check-in, she locks eyes with an attractive man, and that man is Felix, who is a workaholic chef, and he also is not a cruise person, but his parents surprised him and his sister with free tickets. So somebody offers you free tickets to a cruise, I think you're going to say yes. So, yeah. So I think things kind of start off well with Hope and Felix, and then they got a little cruise crush going on. But then things go sour and they have a big fight and they end up stranded together. So now they have to work together to try and, make their way back home. So can they navigate the stormy seas of love, or will they face a romantic shipwreck? Find out. So early reviews say, Publishers Weekly said, there's no second book slump for Doyle in this fun beach read. The banter is clever, the setting gorgeous, and the quirky supporting cast entertains. Readers will be swept away. And another review said that this is the perfect summer read for fans of Emily Henry and Christina Lauren. So yes, I love Emily Henry too. So I loved, like I said, I loved her first book. So I think this sounds really fun and entertaining, and it has the cover also.
The cover
made me crack up. So I mean, come on, who can resist? And this one comes out in June. So.
Cool. Have you ever been on a cruise, Jamie?
I have not. I want to. It's a goal. So someday.
Well,
we should plan one and we could film a video on a cruise.
That definitely is in our budget. We leave money for one hat. Right? We can go on a cruise. Well, all right. Speaking of cruises, there's also this cruise, my next book I want to talk about. It's a different type of cruise. It's a like a river cruise through France. Nice. And the tagline of this book is 8 days, 7 nights, and 1 dead body. So a little different than the cruise your book talks about. This is Murder Takes a Vacation by Laura Lippman. This follows Mrs. Blossom. She's middle-aged, she's a widow, and she used to be a private investigator. Oh, okay. But her luck turns around when she finds a winning lottery ticket in a parking lot. Oh. And with this money, she says, I'm going to see the world. Now's my chance. I'm going to go see everything. So she books this river cruise through France. But she discovers a dead body.
Of course.
But she also has that private investigator pass. So she's got to use her skills because she's the only one who can solve this case. Mrs. Blossom. Reviews are saying it's witty, it's warm, it's cozy, it's got this smart plot, and people just say, in general, Laura Lippman, she's a writing powerhouse. So if you're into this cozy mystery, this one looks like a lot of fun for you this summer, and it is expected in June.
Nice. Sounds fun. Okay, so now for something completely different from my first choice. I am also excited about The Nightbirds by Christopher Golden. So it's a horror novel about a guy named Charlie Book, great name, who works for the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, and he lives aboard the Christabel, which is a 19th century freighter that is half sunken off the shore of Galveston. So over many years, a massive forest has of mangrove trees has grown up through the deck of the ship, so creating a startlingly beautiful enigma that Charlie calls the floating forest. So as a powerful storm is about to come through Galveston, he decides, he's going to sleep on board, as he always does. But when he gets back to the dock, he runs into his ex-girlfriend, Ruby, and he is really surprised to see her, and but she's not alone. She's got a woman named May and a baby with her. And Ruby asks if Charlie can hide them all on board, because apparently a coven of witches is after May because they want her baby. Charlie is kind of like, I don't really know. I don't know about this. I don't think I want to be a part of this. But he and Ruby, I guess things ended kind of messy, and there's still maybe some no closure. I don't know. Maybe some feelings still there, and so he can't resist her. So he agrees, and yeah. It's a horror novel, so we'll see what happens. It says, despite the worsening wind and rain, the night birds are flying, scouring the coastline for their prey. So that's in the book description. So we'll see. Also, the description says it is gripping and atmospheric. I love stuff with creepy boats. There was an older movie called Ghost Ship that I don't know why, I really like that movie. It's from like the 2000s, I think.
I don't know if I want to go on a cruise with you anymore.
Anyway, but come on, there's something, it's kind of terrifying if you're on a boat and where can you escape to? So
you're not selling me on this cruise.
So, okay. Sorry. Anyway, but this one comes out in May, so maybe I can talk you, talk you back into a cruise with me. But
maybe. Well, as Jamie knows, this is a year of Jane Austen for me. It is 250 years we're celebrating. But we have a great Jane Austen book coming out this summer called Austen at Sea by Natalie Jenner, who also wrote the Jane Austen Society. Nice. So she has written a lot of books on Jane Austen. This is fiction. It's historical. It takes place in 1865. And it follows two sets of siblings, and all four of them are big devotees of Jane Austen, who has passed at this point. And they are both sets of siblings are corresponding with Sir Francis Austen, who is the last surviving sibling of Jane Austen. So they're writing these letters because, they're passionate about Jane Austen, and he wants to keep his sister's memory alive. And he invites all four of them, unbeknownst to the other set of siblings, to come visit him in England from the U.S., so they can kind of speak in person before he passes. So it is kind of a lot. It's a historical novel. It's described as being a beautiful tribute to Jane Austen just in general. Nice. There's a travel adventure because they're on this boat, they're going across the sea, and there's also a little bit of mystery in it too, it says. So it's a comedy of manners, and it looks like it's going to be a really great book club pick for this summer. So if you're looking if this sounds great for your book club, you should definitely check this one out. If you are on a Jane Austen kick like I am, you should check this out, and it is expected in May. Nice.
Okay, well, as always, be sure and check content warnings for any books that you are interested in. Hopefully some of these sound good to you, but if not, you can always check out some of the other videos on our channel. You can subscribe to the Pioneer Library System YouTube channel. Come talk to one of your local librarians and ask them for a recommendation. That's one of our favorite parts of our job. Oh, yeah. So come ask us, and we'd be happy to find something for you. But until then, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!